Made in China. For decades, those three words meant one thing: cheap. A knockoff, a lesser version of something better made elsewhere. But something happened. Something that most people completely missed. Because right now, in 2026, a Chinese company is outselling Tesla. A Chinese battery is being used inside Tesla's own cars. And the man behind it all? Almost nobody saw him coming. This is the story of Wang Chuanfu, and this is the story of Build Your Dreams. BYD.
Chapter 1. The Boy with Nothing.
Wang Chuanfu was born in 1966, in one of the poorest rural regions of China, the youngest of 8 children. A farming family that struggled every single day just to put food on the table. And then, things got worse. When Wang was just 13 years old, his father fell gravely ill. Despite barely being able to stand, he kept working the fields for weeks, until one day, he couldn't anymore. He died shortly after. 2 years later, Wang was 15, his mother collapsed while working under the sun. She never recovered. In the space of 2 years, Wang Chuanfu had lost everything. He was an orphan. His brothers and sisters dropped out of school, one by one, to work and survive. But they made a decision together. The youngest, the brightest, would not stop studying. They scraped, they sacrificed, so Wang could stay in school. One day, if you succeed, they told him, you can repay us. That was the weight Wang Chuanfu carried into every classroom, every exam, every sleepless night.
Chapter 2. The Prodigy Rises.
Wang didn't just survive, he thrived. He won scholarship after scholarship, because winning wasn't optional. Lose a scholarship, lose the ability to study. It was that simple. He graduated in metallurgical physical chemistry, then earned a master's in materials engineering at Beijing University, one of the most selective institutions in the country. And it was there that he found his obsession: batteries. At a time when most scientists saw batteries as a solved problem, Wang saw potential that others had completely overlooked. He published research papers in prestigious scientific journals worldwide. By the age of 24, he was already vice president of his faculty, one of the most respected young researchers in all of China. He had done it. He had become the scientist he once dreamed of being, as a poor kid with no shoes and borrowed books. But a new dream was already forming.
Chapter 3. Build Your Dreams.
In 1993, Wang was appointed director of a state-owned battery company. He thought, finally, this was his chance to apply everything he had learned. Instead, he found bureaucracy, short-sighted managers, people who only wanted to make the cheapest possible product and call it a day. The very mentality he had spent his whole life trying to escape. Wang quit. In 1994, at just 28 years old, he borrowed roughly $350,000 with help from his cousin. He hired 20 employees, and in 1995, in the city of Shenzhen, he founded his company. He called it Build Your Dreams, BYD. Now here's what made this almost impossibly difficult. $350,000 for a tech company in 1990s China was almost nothing. There was no Silicon Valley, no venture capitalists lining up to take a bet on a Chinese tech startup. Wang couldn't afford to lose money for years the way Amazon did. He had one shot. The company had to become profitable before the money ran out, or it was over. So he moved fast, filed patents, produced battery components, and in 1996, just 1 year in, BYD developed rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, a technology most companies hadn't even touched yet. Wang saw the future, and he was right. Chapter 4. From Phones to the World. Steady confidence. Things are moving now. The contracts started coming in. Motorola in 2000, Nokia in 2002. Billions of people were holding BYD products in their hands and had absolutely no idea. By 2002, BYD was the largest battery manufacturer in China, with revenues exceeding $277 million. That same year, Wang listed BYD on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, the most successful IPO in the exchange's history, raising $210 million. Everyone expected him to double down on batteries. Instead, Wang announced he was going into electric cars. The stock dropped over 60% in 2 years. Analysts called it a disaster. Investors called it madness. The idea of a Chinese battery company competing in the global automotive world seemed, to most people, like a joke. Wang ignored them all. Chapter 5. The Race Against Tesla. In 2005, BYD launched its first car, a conventional petrol vehicle, just to prove it could be done. Investors settled down. The stock recovered. But then, in 2008, BYD unveiled something that stopped the industry cold. The F3DM, the world's first mass-production plug-in hybrid vehicle. A car that could run on electricity alone or switch to petrol. Built entirely on BYD's own patented technology. That same year, Warren Buffett, through Berkshire Hathaway, bought 10% of BYD for $230 million. When Warren Buffett buys something, the world pays attention. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, Elon Musk was running Tesla. Impressive cars, enormous ambition, but Tesla was burning through cash and would stay deep in the red for over a decade. In 2011, when a journalist asked Musk directly whether he saw BYD as a threat to Tesla, he laughed. He said when Tesla's real electric cars arrived, they'd be in a completely different league from anything coming out of China. Interesting. Chapter 6. Nobody saw it coming. For years, Tesla dominated every headline, every conversation, every magazine cover. BYD kept working, quietly, consistently, profitably, every single year, while Tesla was still losing money. Then came 2020. BYD registered a patent that changed everything. The Blade battery. A completely new battery architecture designed specifically for electric vehicles. It set records for safety and performance that, as of 2025, no competitor has matched. So impressive that Tesla itself was forced to use it. The latest Tesla Model Y runs on a BYD Blade battery. Not copying Tesla, Tesla was using BYD. The sales numbers tell the rest of the story. 2021, Tesla held 21% of global EV sales. BYD, just 7%. By 2023, BYD surpassed Tesla, becoming the #1 seller of electric vehicles on the planet. In the first 8 months of 2025, BYD holds nearly 20% of global EV sales. Tesla, around 10%. No other company is above 6%. Finally, a boy who lost both parents before he was 16, who survived on borrowed money and won scholarships just to keep studying, who started a company with $350,000 and a name that sounded more like a motivational poster than a business plan. Wang Chuanfu didn't set out to beat Tesla. He didn't set out to prove the world wrong. He didn't set out to make billions. He set out to build his dreams. And quietly, relentlessly, he did. If this story hit different, subscribe, because there are dozens more stories just like this one. People who built empires that nobody saw coming, and we're telling every single one of them. We'll see you in the next one.